Hey guys, welcome to a quick video. This is an update video for 2018 to let you guys know what's happening with my channel. Some big changes. I plan on doing a lot more streams, and so this last month and a little bit before the end of the year I've been trying to set up some equipment and just to get my head around how to do live streams. Really, there's a lot that goes into it. And for me, it's just like learning how to do YouTube all over again. It's just like learn to walk again, because I'm so dependent on editing, and like the way that I've been making videos has been I've like developed that over a long time, and now streaming is just something completely new to me. So it's taken me a while to get my head around just how it works, the software, and as well as that, just the mindset of a streamer, I guess, because before, if I made a mistake while I was recording, I can just edit that part out and just re-record the audio or whatever. So I think there's going to be a bit of teething problems for the first little while, but I think in the long term it's going to mean that I've got like lots more consistency with videos. Like I plan to do weekly streams, and but we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Part of the reason that I want to go down this route is because of one particular game called Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, both on the Xbox, PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360. I played this game to death years and years ago whenever I first got Xbox Live on the original Xbox. And in 2012 I went back and recorded a bunch of footage of it. Now this is a game that is now no longer available to play online. You just can't play it anymore. And I recorded months worth of footage, like months of clan matches, really exciting games. And I recorded them because I knew that eventually we wouldn't be able to play it anymore. And I just had this footage, and it's just been stockpiled, and I always knew I'd want to do something with it. I just didn't know what that would be or when I would do it. And I always thought I'd do like a commentary over the top of the footage, but I don't think that's the best way of doing it. I think the best method for this would be to do it live, broadcast the footage live, and then me commentate over it. But then also have hopefully if some other people watch the stream, like especially some other Battlefield players, they can actually comment over the top of it as well. And I think that's the best format, and that's part of why I'm moving over to streaming. Part of the reason for that is, like, if I was to do this, say, offline the way I would traditionally do my Let's Plays, where I would just record on my own, edit the footage and upload it, people can't comment while I'm playing or while I'm playing the footage. So if there's people that are new to it and they're watching it, they want to like ask a question while the footage is being played, like, oh, why didn't you do this, or why didn't you do that? I don't have that level of like interactiveness with offline stuff, but that's the idea of bringing it onto the stream. So like hopefully some Battlefield players can come in and they can throw in their 2 cents, and then also new players can ask questions. And for me, it's all about preservation. This game, there's not a lot of footage of this game because back then people didn't have capture cards. So uploading this footage and just talking about the game again is part of preserving the game for me, and just getting people talking about it again, because I know a lot of people love it and they miss it. So that's part of the reason. But also I don't want my channel to turn into a complete Battlefield channel, because there is a danger of that happening, because there's lots of footage of it, like I said, and there's lots of stuff I want to talk about it, but I don't want to completely put my subscribers off my channel for that reason, because I know some people just won't be interested in Battlefield. So while those streams are going, oh, by the way, let me just show you, because like I said, I've been working on like how the software live streaming works. This is an overlay that I created for Battlefield 2. So this would be if I was showing some the square below my webcam will be where the chat will be. I'll have some little scrolling text that'll describe what's happening in the footage that I'm playing, and then also the video will play in the large box there. So let me just give an example, if I can just find some random footage. Doesn't really matter. So if I open up this, yeah, so I'll play the footage, and I'll be able to just comment over it and stuff like that. So I'm just spending a little bit of time designing these overlays and stuff like that, the graphics for these overlays. And also because there's Xbox 360 footage, let's see if I can find some of that. Yeah, is there any? Yeah, here's some sniper footage. So because of the aspect ratio of older games, I've had to redesign like 2 different things. So if I was to play it, the 360 footage on the same overlay, it doesn't really work. So I have to change to like there's a slightly wider screen overlay. And yeah, so I've just been designing that. It's a little bit of a strange one with this, because normally you would, if you were designing an overlay, you would just do one and it would cover the whole thing. But I've got like HD widescreen footage, and I've also got like old school TV footage. You know, like it's almost like a square. So yeah, so that's the idea. Eventually, once I get up and running with Battlefield, I'm going to show lots of footage, talk about the game lots. But in the meantime, and to give me a bit of a chance to get my head around how to stream and stuff like that, I want to do some other games, like, and I want it to be a vote, because I've got hundreds of games I would love to stream, but I want to narrow it down. And the way I'm going to do that is by getting Patreons to vote. I'm going to put forward a couple of options, and then I'll let my Patreons vote. I want to say a huge thank you to my Patreons, because the money that they are supporting me with is really keeping my channel alive. For example, the webcam you're watching me on right now, I use Patreon money to get it. There's various wires and all sorts of stuff that I've been buying to sort of get my setup ready. And honestly, like, I wouldn't have been able to do it without Patreon money. Like, I'm sort of living, you know, paycheck by paycheck, as I'm sure most people are, as I'm also sure some of my Patreons are. So I really appreciate the money that is being sent to me, and as a thank you, I'd like to let them exclusively vote for the next game that I stream, because at the end of the day, they're paying for the videos I make. So I'd like them to have a say in the type of games that I stream, and so the Battlefield stuff will just keep running. I'll probably I'd say it's like a year-long project where I'll, like, at least once a week I'll make a short video, a short stream, but to sort of break it up a little bit, I'll find another game where I'll just play when I get time, and then I'll the plan is to stream but also record my streams and then upload them to YouTube for anyone that's missed the stream. So I think I'll probably change it up every couple of months, but I'll not go on too much. Let me give some of the options. So for example, the first option, because I made a video about it recently, is Metal Gear Solid. Okay, hold on, something funny's happened there. Okay, yeah, like I said, teething problems. I'm getting used to this here, and there's a little bit of a glitch so far already. But I made a video about this recently, Metal Gear Solid 2, and I'd love to do a bit of a playthrough of it or a stream of it. But what you would be voting on, just to let you know, is that I'll want to stream the VR missions. That's my idea. Because Metal Gear Solid 2, like this, and any Metal Gear Solid game, the story is so long, and like, how do you do a playthrough of Metal Gear? Do you skip the story? And I think if you do skip the story, it's going to be a little bit silly, because you might not have context of what's going on. And then if you don't skip the story, you're going to be sitting for hours of cutscenes, which doesn't work either. So for me, a playthrough of Metal Gear Solid would be just gameplay, pure gameplay, and that is the VR missions. I love the VR missions, and I think it would make an interesting stream just to work my way through them, see how far I get, because they do get quite challenging as well, which I think would be interesting to watch me fail over and over again probably. The other thing I would like to do at some point, but I don't think it's going to be suitable for this stream, would be the dog tags, like collecting all the dog tags or something like that. But just so you know, if you're voting on Metal Gear, it's not going to be the full game. I'm not going to do a playthrough of the game. It's going to be the VR, like stuff like this. I've got like some footage here, but It'll be live as well, just so you know. Like I'm just showing you footage right now, but I'll be playing it while I'm streaming and stuff. Like, I'm not just going to be like recording footage and then commenting over it. So I think it's more interesting. But with Battlefield, I can't play and record. I've just got a bunch of recorded footage. And just to separate that. So that's option 1 is Metal Gear Solid 2 VR missions. The next game I'd like to stream is a game called Hogs of War. Now let me just show you. Just open up some footage here. This is one of my favourite games. The footage you're watching right now was recorded with my Let's Relive series in mind. I played like for a couple of, like I don't know, maybe a month, let's say, like on and off. Completed most of the game and was going to make a video and just didn't. By the way, I'm holding this. I recently got this is the PC. I think I've got the PlayStation. I can't work out the camera yet because it's not mirrored. That's the PC game. And I meant to make a video about this, and it's just one of those things I just didn't get time to do, and so that's why I think it would be perfect for a stream. Also, this is a strategy game, and I think strategy games really lend themselves well to streaming because while you're playing, you're thinking about what you're doing, and it's really easy to describe things, describe your strategy, for example. I just find strategy games really fun to let's play, so I don't know if there'd be many people who would want to watch this. Basically, if you don't know what Hogs of War is, it's Worms in 3D. That's the easiest way to sum up this game. It's just a 3D version of Worms. I think before Worms 3D was even a thing. And it's voiced by Rick Mail, who was in The Young Ones and who sadly passed away, I think in 2016. Which is possibly part of the reason why I wanted to start playing this again, just it reminded me that he was in it and stuff. But it came out in GOG as well. And anyway, I'll not talk too much about it. If you're going to vote for it, you would have decided by now, but it's something that I would really love to stream. But it might not be something that maybe many people know about. I don't know. I don't know if it was that popular, but I know that the people that did play it loved it. So the next game I'll actually hold up here. I meant to hold up games while I was talking about them. Timesplitters 3. Again, this is a game that I've always meant to talk about and make videos about, but I just never got around to it. And I think part of that is that there was all these like fan things where they were talking about trying to do a fan remake, and it never happened. And I always thought it would happen. Well, it is happening. There's a fan remake, but I always thought that the Crytek, I think, no, it wasn't Crytek. I can't remember who. Maybe it was Crytek. Whoever the developer were, they were going to remake it if they got so many votes on Facebook, and they never got those votes. So I never got it, and I was always just waiting for that to happen. And I was going to make videos on it. Because I didn't want to make videos on the original if they were going to remake it, because then I'd have to remake more videos and stuff. But it just never happened, and I think that if we start playing these games and start talking about them and stuff, and that might generate some more interest. So that's why I put this forward. I think it's a brilliant game. It would probably just be a story stream. Like I'd maybe do some games against the bots or something, but I don't know how interesting that really will be. I'd maybe just do a couple of nights of that, but I think I would just work my way through the campaign. But it's actually a really interesting campaign, Timesplitters 3, and I think the control's really good. And if you don't know about it, it's you know, it's essentially the makers of GoldenEye, so you've got like it's a nice mix of GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, and it plays really well. So yeah, actually, now that I remember, there are challenges, and that would be a cool thing to stream. Actually, maybe I'd do a night of challenges or a couple of nights, see how it goes. There's like arcade mode, there's challenges, and there's like you can play some old Timesplitters 2 style levels. Like it was interesting. Timesplitters 3 was much more story focused, whereas Timesplitters 2 and 1 was just like run to an objective and then run out of it again. So yeah, I think it's an interesting game. Another option to vote for. And I'm gonna give you one more. This is like a wild card really, and it's 7 Days to Die. basically what I'm saying here is that this is one of the unfinished playthroughs I had on my channel in I think it was last year, and the reason I didn't finish it was part of the reason why I'm starting to stream now. Whenever I would make playthroughs like this, like the one you're seeing footage of right here, what I would do is I would spend a couple of nights recording footage, right? And then I'd have like 2 or 3 hours of footage, and then I'd take that footage and then edit it down into like an easy chunk of, like, say a 10-minute 15-minute video, and then I would narrate over that, and then I would edit that narration into it, and then, I mean, you're talking like 4 or 5 nights worth of recording, or editing footage and stuff like that, which it worked, and it's fine. It's just it takes a lot of time, which I don't have anymore, and as well as that, sometimes personally I feel like you need to I like to edit footage, and I like to have that sort of production quality where there's like, it's not just a big massive stream you're watching forever. Especially for the first few nights, or the first few videos, because I was doing videos that were like where to build your base, and like how to survive, or like how to scavenge, and just stuff like that. So those kind of videos lend themselves really well to an edited video with a bit of thought to it. But I'm now at a point, or I left it at a point, where my base is built. I've shown you where I'm building, I've shown you how I'm scavenging, I've shown you all that sort of stuff. And I'm now at a point where it is just building, so it works quite well on stream, but I just never got around to streaming. I always wanted to go back and do that, but I just never did. So I'm putting this on the table. If people enjoyed it, then that's what I'll do. I'll just get my Xbox One up, and I'll just start, I'll just continue where I left off, finish off my base, which I've always wanted to do anyway. If not, if something else gets voted for, I can possibly come back to it another time. The reason I'm only doing 4 videos is because I've got, I think at the time of recording, I've either got 8 or 7 Patreons, so like, I don't want to give too many options, but the options will change every other couple of months, or however long it takes me to feel like I need to move on from the game that's chosen here. Because if I list like 10 games, what will end up happening is everyone will vote for one game, and then I'll just be left with a big tie of like 8 games that are just all tied. So I've kept the options short here, but there's lots of range here for what I'll stream, but I'll just have to work my way through them and see how this goes. And yeah, the idea here is this is almost a test. Like, the first game that gets chosen here is just me testing out how I cope under streaming, and how just teething problems and things like that, and then that way whenever I go to make my Battlefield series, I'll have everything ironed out, and it's all going to be better quality. So I think I've talked for quite long enough. Again, just a huge thank you to my Patreons, and I'll get in contact with you however you see best fit. Like, I usually my Patreons are all my friends anyway, so I'll be in touch. And yeah, thanks for checking out my content. In 2017 I had a pretty good year, and I should say that things aren't going, like, I'm not going to just stream all together, like, but the video editing just takes a long time, so I'll probably reduce that down to like maybe only a couple of videos that I spend a long time on, and the rest of the time I'll be spent streaming. So yeah, that was just a quick video. I'll update you all with the schedule and when I'll be streaming. I think it's going to be Sunday nights, and I'll put up, actually I may be able to, I don't know if I'm skilled enough at the arts of streaming yet. Let's see, I may be able to throw an image up here to show you. Let's see, times, yeah. Let's see if I can insert an image while it's streaming. That would be a challenge for me. Time. There we go. So this is the time zone. This is roughly when I'll be streaming. This is my time, like Greenwich Mean Time. I'm thinking around 10 o'clock. Sorry, let me move that over a little bit so you can still see me. I'm thinking like around 10 o'clock my time would suit me on a Sunday night. I shouldn't have much planned, so I can stick to something. I want something that's consistent, so like a Sunday night should be pretty consistent for me. and there's some other time zones for you. If you're in any of them time zones, that's when I'll be streaming. I think a Sunday's a good day for people to kind of have time off to drop in on the streams. That would be pretty cool. And if not, I'll be hosting them on YouTube. I'll upload them shortly thereafter. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for now. Obviously, I'm gonna keep you updated once I get everything in order. It's going to be a while before I have my first game stream up, and the reason for that is I'll need to design the little overlay that I was talking about earlier. So once I get all my votes in, I'll organise that and let you know when the stream starts. But I don't expect to have like a huge crowd of people joining my stream or anything right away. It's probably going to take a while to build up a bit of a viewer database, or whatever you want to call it. So until then, keep an eye on my channel and I'll keep you updated. My Twitch is just twitch.com/JMMREVIEW if you want to get subscribed early. And if you have any comments or any questions you want to ask, please do so down below, and I'll see you next time.